Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this October the 22nd, 2025. I'm hoping everybody had a great Wednesday out there so far. Everybody had a great Wednesday evening. Everybody continue to stay safe and well, and also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Okay, in tonight's video, we're going to be taking a look at the tropics in the lower 48. And here is Tropical Storm Melissa. Still had winds of about 50 miles an hour. Continue in the Caribbean Sea. Getting it well organized, and this system here may become a powerful hurricane down in the Caribbean, just like way we've been talking about. I said last night, said some of the models are saying it could be a Category 4 storm, and the National Hurricane Center has issued it could become a major hurricane later on this toward late week into the weekend. So we'll continue to monitor. And also it still could have impacts to the lower 48 as well, so can't rule it out still. So we're going to continue to monitor it and let's keep you up to date. But here's Melissa, like I said, in the Central Caribbean Sea. You can see some activity just also across southeast Bahamas. Another little tropical wave out here in the MDR just off the African coast, just southwest of the Cabo Verde Island. We got a little system here off the African coast, some scattered activity over South America, Central America, also more activity in the south or northwestern Caribbean. Another tropical wave off the west coast of Mexico. Also got a little bit of activity in the lower 48 over here from New Mexico to Colorado, and also portion of Arizona and New Mexico, and also California. A little bit of activity also up here around the Great Lakes region from over towards Michigan to Wisconsin, also northeast Minnesota, southeast Canada, around Ottawa, Canada. A little bit of activity over in the northern tropical Atlantic also. Alright, now let's move on to the forecast cone from the National Hurricane Center. This was issued at 5 p.m. this afternoon. You can see that here's the tropical storm force winds, and there is that major hurricane by Sunday and into Monday, 2 p.m. Monday. It's going to meander around in here before it finally decides to move off to the north. The further west the system goes, this will pull it further towards the north. That would be the worst case scenario for the East Coast. If the system would finally pull away real quick, and in fact it's looking less and less likely it will. But right now you can see here's the big old blob here, the ball here, showing the percent, showing where the storm will look to set over the next 7 days in this area. You can see we have hurricane watches in effect for, like I say, portion of Haiti, and we also have a tropical storm watch also still issued for Jamaica. So these areas here looks to have hurricane force conditions and tropical, and I would not be surprised this here could be upgraded to a hurricane warning as well here across Jamaica. Also up here toward Cuba, you may be impacted as well. They may be issuing watches and warnings later, and also the Bahamas, maybe even the Florida Keys and the southeast Florida region, and maybe up the East Coast later on. Something we're going to continue to monitor and keep you up to date. Alright, if you're tracking the system at home, it's located near latitude 14.4 north, longitude 74.3 west. Maximum sustained winds are near 50 miles an hour with higher gusts. Moving to the west northwest at only 2 miles per hour. Classified tropical storm with winds of 39 to 73 miles per hour. Now, let's take a look at the Spaghetti-O model. You can see most of the Spaghetti-O model just keeps it hanging out here in the Central Caribbean Sea, and some of them even takes a kind of just meanders it right in here as well over the next 7 days. You can see one takes it right across central Cuba and right into the central Bahamas. This area right here, a little bit of southern Florida, so it's getting a little bit closer to the lower 48. So we'll continue to monitor it. Florida, you're still not in the clear yet for this system because it still could impact you as well. Most of these other models over here looks to be the outlier right now, taking that track between that. It's going to push more toward the west than it is out in that direction. So there's your forecast Spaghetti-O models. Now let's take a look at the intensity guidance. This system here could ramp up to a Category 5 hurricane also in the tropics. It's already a Category 4, could become a Category 5 ramping up. With wind, see one model even showing winds up to 195 knots. Well over 200 miles an hour winds down in the Caribbean Sea. That would be crazy if we see a over 200 miles per hour wind gust in the Caribbean Sea. That would be. But you can see most of the models right now, tropical storm, 45 knot winds, you get 50 miles an hour. There's that there's a hurricane Category 1, 2, 3, and right there borderline 4 with a few taking it into Category 5. So that's why we cannot rule out a Category 5 hurricane now in the tropical Atlantic. I mean in the Caribbean Sea over the coming week. Alrighty. So there's your tropical update. Let's take a look at your local forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Make sure you subscribe if you have not already. I will keep you up to date on this hurricane and tropical storm as it continues to grow inside and meander in the Caribbean. Alrighty, also like these videos, share these videos, and let's continue to get the show on the road here, folks. And thank you for tuning in to the Mike Bass Weather Forecast channel. Alright, we got some rain showers from up here in Maine to New York to Pennsylvania to Ohio to Michigan, up here around Lake Superior, Lake Harriet. Even got some thunderstorms there as well. Some mixed precipitation in portion of northern New York State and also portion of Wisconsin and northern Michigan. Shower activity and thunderstorm activity across South Florida from portions of Tropical Storm Melissa, bringing some rain showers to you guys as well. Shower activity in the northwestern Gulf to Texas to New Mexico to Utah to Colorado to Kansas to Missouri to Illinois, Indiana to Arkansas and portion of Louisiana. Have a little bit of severe weather down here in portion of Texas, and also flash flooding, heavy rain there as well, stretching into portion of Oklahoma. Even got some mixed precipitation portion of Colorado and Utah, and also over here in Idaho, Montana, Washington, and Oregon State with some shower activity there also, stretching down into northern California and the coastal waters also. Otherwise, expect dry high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for your Thursday. Alright, let's move on to the current watches, warning, advisory map. Take a look at your Friday forecast. Excuse me, getting ahead of myself, but here we go. Take a look at your Friday forecast. Should be coming up here in just a few minutes. Alright, you can see what's I look like the same map, but no, this is Friday map. We got more shower activity up here in portion of Maine to New York to Pennsylvania to Ohio to Michigan, Lake Harriet, Lake Superior. Thunderstorms there as well. More mixed precipitation over portion of New Hampshire, Vermont, northern New York State, also in the portion of Wisconsin, northern Michigan also. More thunderstorms and showers for southeast Florida, Florida Keys, southeastern areas of the Gulf, northwestern Gulf, Illinois to Texas to New Mexico, Utah, Colorado. More mixed precipitation there as well. Severe weather in Texas up to Oklahoma. Texas area with flash flooding and heavy rain from Texas to Oklahoma. More mixed precipitation and shower activity across Idaho, Washington, Oregon, and also Montana and northern California regions as well. Otherwise, expect dry high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for your Friday. Alright, let's move on to the current watches, warning, advisory map. You're located across the nation. Now we can see it. Alright, here we go. Special weather statement for portion of Virginia, much of all of North Carolina, portion of South Carolina and Georgia for some critical fire weather problems in that area. Freeze watch is also in effect for Virginia, Western North Carolina, and the portion of West Virginia, Ohio, portion of Kentucky as well. Also frost advisory there also, stretching in the portion from Kentucky to Indiana, Illinois, to Wisconsin, to southeast Minnesota, portion of Iowa, also in the portion of Missouri, Oklahoma, Kansas, and Nebraska, with freeze warnings in Nebraska and Iowa, and a little bit in northern Illinois as well. Alright, small craft advisory, gale warning from Maine to now toward the New Jersey, Delaware area, Southern California up to Washington State, Southern Hawaii and Chain Island, around the Alaska region to the north. Some freeze and spray warnings are in effect. Alright, let's take a look at the Storm Prediction Center outlook. Here's that severe weather for day 3 for Fort Stockton to Midlands, and then there marginal risk from San Antonio to Amarillo, and then from Pablo to Wichita to Corpus Christi and Brownsville, and also around Miami. Just general thunderstorms there. Probability should be 5 and 15% respectively. Alright, now let's take a look at the rainfall totals over the next 7 days. You can see the heavy precipitation in Cuba, Bahamas, and out at sea. Also along the Atlantic coast, more heavy precipitation across Louisiana, Texas, Oklahoma, portions of Arkansas, Mississippi. Also in the portions of Tennessee, Kentucky, up toward Missouri, all the way up toward the Ohio River Valley, Michigan, Wisconsin. More activity over here around Washington, Oregon State. A lot of heavy precipitation there as well in Northern California, Idaho region as well. Lighter amounts elsewhere in the lighter green. That's probably about 1/10 to maybe about 1/4 to 3/4 of an inch of rain for your areas. Otherwise, hope everybody enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe if you have not. Like the video, share the video. We'll catch you back in the next one. Have a wonderful Wednesday evening, folks. Take care and also enjoy the weather, because it's the only weather you got.